Let's talk about the types of bloating, some things you can do today to help, when to know if it's time to seek help to dig deeper, and the common causes that we see of bloating in my practice. I'm Brittany Carpenter, a functional medicine dietitian and owner of Team Dietitian Brittany. We help women find answers to their decade-long gut and hormone complaints. There are a couple different types of bloating, and I want you to really analyze the type that you're struggling with. The first type is kind of a squishier bloating. The cause of this can be inflammation, fluid retention. Generally, the root cause of this is going to be overall diet and lifestyle. The other type of bloating is the type that causes a lot of pressure. This is the one that clients come to me and say, I look 6 months pregnant and I'm not. This is the kind that I experienced myself. I had bloating so bad that I literally could not take a deep breath. So when I say I understand, I mean it. I understand. Not only did I have that really intense bloating, but I developed anxiety and depression, which I had never had before, body acne, extreme mood swings, fatigue, and that was just the start. Often I find that women are dismissed when they complain of bloating and the doctors say, well, you look fine. No, it's not an aesthetic issue. It is life-consuming. So what can you do today to help with the bloating? Number one, I've talked about this in a previous video, is to focus on your eating environment. You want to be in a calm state when you sit down to eat. And I'm a mom of two. I get it. Meal times are chaos. But if you can sit down and you're feeling a little tense in your body, I want you to take 3 very slow, deep breaths. This is going to signal to the body that you're safe and it can get into that rest and digest mode. During that meal, you want to make sure that you are slowing down. Simply leaning back in your chair can be really helpful. Putting your fork down between bites. Also, being in that calm state in the beginning can help you slow down. Next, you want to chew to an applesauce consistency. And if you are not used to this, let me tell you, it's really hard to do. That's why we call it a practice. Other things you can do for temporary relief is to trial a bland diet for a couple days. Very simple foods, soups, cooked vegetables, lean meats. That can give you some temporary relief while you find somebody to help investigate the root cause. That is not the root cause approach. That will not fix it long term, but it can help you feel better in the moment. Another thing you can try is digestive bitters before a meal. Again, this is a complete Band-Aid approach. It is not a long-term solution, but it can help you feel better in the moment. There's a lot of brands out there. It's a liquid that you'll drop on your tongue. You want to hold it on your tongue until you really start to salivate. Then you want to wash it down with a cup of water. Do this about 10 to 15 minutes before a meal. And often that can help get those digestive juices flowing, get things moving through the digestive tract. How do you know if it's time to seek help and find a practice to partner with to find the root cause of your issues? First, if bloating is disrupting your life, it is time to seek help. Clients come to us after over a decade living with these miserable symptoms, and we get them feeling better in months. So don't wait. If you're miserable, it's time to do something about it. If you've tried things on your own and they're just not working, or things are getting worse when they should be getting better, that's when you know it's time to enlist the help of a professional. And then finally, if the only way you found relief is with a low FODMAP diet and you cannot reintroduce foods without getting symptoms, it is time to enlist the help of a practitioner. A low FODMAP diet can help temporarily reduce symptoms of bloating, but it is not actually fixing the root cause of the bloating itself, which means you either have to stay on a low FODMAP diet long term, which is really restrictive and can lead to nutrient deficiencies down the line, or you add those foods back in and then you still exhibit symptoms because you never fixed the root cause. So what is the root cause of bloating? Well, there isn't a straightforward answer. There are so many causes. One common cause that we see is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO. There are a couple different types and they're all treated a little bit differently. The important thing to understand with SIBO is that not only do you need to find a practitioner who can help get rid of that overgrowth or that imbalance, but you also need to find a practitioner who's going to help you keep it from coming back again. The recurrence rate for SIBO is very high, so finding a practitioner that knows what they're talking about is very important. Another common cause for bloating is maldigestion. So if you're not digesting your food, you're going to have gas production. An imbalance of good and bad bacteria can be a cause as well. If you have too many bad bacteria and not enough good, you can have extra fermentation in the gut, which can lead to bloating and distension. An inflammatory diet in general can lead to bloating, so making sure that you're cleaning things up in a way that feels very sustainable for you still. A yeast overgrowth can lead to bloating and a general motility issue. There can be a lot of things that are causing your GI tract to slow down, which is going to lead to constipation and that miserable bloating.